So again, if you haven't got space to be planting into the ground at home, what you can do is turn to vertical planting. So what I'm going to do is show you today how to make a very simple vertical planter using 4 ml bottles, some string, some pegs, some polystyrene and compost. We first used this design back in 2015 as part of Incredible Edible Salford when we did a garden at RHS Tatton. So first thing is, with your scissors, is just cut off the label, and then with a pen just mark on the top of the bottle, running round, making sure you leave about 3 centimetres at that bottom end. So this is on the flat surface of the bottle, so opposite side to the handle. Just make that black mark, okay? Then with a sharp knife, very carefully make an incision on the black line, just enough so that you can then start to get your scissors in and cut around. Come over. So you see we've got that shape, and that's where we're going to be able to insert our plants when we come to put the planter together. Now again, very carefully with a sharp knife, hold it carefully so your fingers aren't in the way, is we're going to pierce a hole about 1.5 centimetres away from the edge of the milk bottle. Turn it over, and roughly opposite where that hole was, with holding the bottle carefully. We recommend at this point, if you're doing this with children, is that the adult does that piercing. And then at this end, near where the handle is, just on the bend of the handle, so just on that part of the handle, again another insertion. Twist the knife just to open that up, and on the flip side, just on the neck there, another insertion. Okay, now you're also going to need string, could be washing line, roughly about 1.5 metres in length, so you need 2 lengths of those. And then what we're going to do is start to thread them through. So get your first bottle, and this is going to be the bottle that's at the bottom of my line. So these are going to be suspended 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the string and start to thread it through the hole. So the first one is going in where the bottle handle is. I've doubled the string over to ease pulling it through. Reach inside, find it, and then bring it back through the next hole, which is on the top of the bottle. So that's the first one through. Remembering that this is the top, so the top is where the hole is, the bottom of the bottle, how it's going to be in your planter, is where the handle is. So get your second piece of string, and that's going to form the next line. Again, double it over, just for ease of pushing it through that hole. Pull it through, and then back through the hole on the top. If you're using washing line, it's a lot easier than using string, but as you just see, string does work. Okay, so that's my first one. I'm now going to just put that on the table. And now what I need to do is secure this bottom so that the strings don't pull through. So what I'm going to do is, with the peg, tie it off. The peg's going to act as a block. Fold it over again, just tie it off tight. Second peg on the second string through and tie it off. Pull both strings through and there's the start of my planter. Now what I'm going to do is thread the second one, and I'll show you how we're going to tie that off. So I've threaded on the second bottle, and now what we do is attach the peg. So what we're looking at is measuring a distance on the string of about 15 centimetres from your bottom bottle to your next one up, and then I'll undo this again. So what you do, 15 centimetres, place your peg over like that, wrap it round again and then close the peg. Do the same on the other side. So we said wrap it round 15 centimetres away, just wrap it round once. If you go twice again, if your pegs are a little bit bigger, it'll just stop it from slipping. And then grabbing the bottle, let that slide down, and the pegs hold the bottle and stop it from sliding down. So what you do is repeat that now for the remaining two bottles, leaving 15 centimetres in between, and then we'll have them all strung up before, and we can look at how we'll plant those up using the polystyrene and the compost. So we now have our 4 bottles strung. So we've got top bottle knotted here so that the string doesn't pull back through. Pegs can be adjusted to make them level, although that's not really that critical. There aren't any holes in the bottles other than the holes that we've done for threading the string through. The reason behind that is that these containers will dry out quite quickly when the warmer weather comes, so we want it to retain as much moisture as possible. But also, if we fill it full of compost and the compost gets really wet, that's going to be quite a bit of weight, so that's why we're now going to use polystyrene to partially fill them, so they'll act as a little bit of drainage so that they're not going to be too wet should there be a lot of rain. But as I say, no additional holes, because the moisture we want to retain as much as possible in this small space. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now what I want to do is place them on a flat surface so we can start to load them up, so we'll do that. So the bottles are on a flat surface with the large aperture facing upwards. What we're going to do is, with your polystyrene, break it up into small little bits, and probably a third of the container fill with polystyrene. As I say, the reason we're using the polystyrene is we don't want all that weight to be compost. So that's roughly about a third full. Now get your compost, break that up, and carefully place the compost into the container. And as you place that in, just use your fingers to spread it around evenly, because you've got to make sure that we get it into all the areas of the milk bottle. There we go, to the seat, to the top. Tucking it into the nose and into that base, and just firming it down using the back of your fingers. So we've got about a centimetre or so just at the top of the bottle. We can either plant directly into that with any mature plants that we've been growing, or you could direct sow your seeds into it. So the choice is going to be yours. Ideal for sowing some salad leaf into here. Great for herbs, particularly the Mediterranean herbs that aren't too bothered about too much water, so they'll last really quite well in there. You could even act as a strawberry planter, so you can be picking the strawberries from it, or even for tumbling tomatoes. So 4 are done. As I say, what we need to do is make sure that we do all of them once they're all planted up. They look really good, and then you need to find somewhere to hang them up, so maybe from an existing bracket for a hanging basket, or you could just knock a nail or put a screw into the wall and hang them from the wall, but do make sure that they don't dry out. So that's how to make a vertical planter using 4 milk bottles, some string, some pegs and a little bit of polystyrene. And again, don't forget, make sure that the compost you're using is peat free. So it's important that we use those peat free composts. So that's it done. Look forward to seeing you again. Do take care, and don't forget, stay home and grow your own. Bye bye for now.